Welcome to MBA Mental Boost. This is your coach, Dr. Rosie, and today we're talking about connecting with your why. Now, this is such a meaty subject. I'm going to try and keep to the 5 minutes. I've even set a timer because I know how easy it is for me to just overrun on this. But getting clear on your why gives you purpose, motivation, and clarity. And honestly, this is such a game changer. And we often don't take the time to actually just stop a minute. So use this episode as your trigger, as your cue for taking a moment to think about, why do you do what you do? You know, why have you chosen this profession in particular? But we're also going to look at off the court. You know, what is your driver? What's your motivator for showing up every single day? It's deeper than playing. It's deeper than the money. What's at the root cause? What drives you intrinsically, you know, in your soul? What do you feel drives you to show up every single day? Now, identifying and connecting with your why provides you with that sense of clarity. It gives you that sense of motivation because you're committed, and it gives you that sense of purpose that goes beyond the external rewards and the recognition. And this is why I love it, because it's so deep. But why is connecting with your why crucial for motivation and resilience? Basically, getting clarity on your purpose, your why, helps to create commitment, and that's what's going to help to create your motivation. So even on the days where you're not feeling it, because we have these days, we're human, I have them, you stay consistent because you're connected to a bigger reason to why you're doing this. So for example, I use this podcast. You know, yes, there are days, you know, I record this every day. Sometimes I might batch, but it's maybe only like 2 or 3 episodes ahead. I don't do like a whole month because I like to give you the in the moment thoughts that are coming up for me, stuff that I'm working with clients like right now. But yeah, there are days where I'm just not feeling it, to being really honest, because I'm human and I have my off days. But I'm committed to impacting more and more players in the NBA, but you know, around the world as well, so that I can help you to unlock your potential and you can show up as your best self on the court, but also off the court. And that ripple effect is what excites me, because if you show up as your best self on the court, you're going to have that impact in the game. You're going to be impacting your teammates. But then if we look at off the court, if you're showing up as your best self, you're going to be positively impacting relationships, other people around you. You're going to be spreading this work that you're doing on yourself. You're going to be sharing it with other people, and that ripple effect continues and continues and continues. And that wider impact is the thing that drives me. I know that I can help you to unlock your best self. So for me, I'm really connected to that why. And then it also comes down to my little world, you know, my teeny tiny world of me, my husband, and our 2 children. I want to be creating an income that allows us to be financially free and for my girls to live in a world where they can thrive. So I've got that kind of bigger picture, you know, the big impact, but then also bringing it right down to my small world. And that is what keeps me going on the days when I'm like, you know what, I just really can't be asked today. It's like, nope, that's not a reason. You got to show up. You're committed to this. You're going to stay consistent. So for you to kind of get that clarity so that on the days where you're not feeling like it, you're connected to this bigger reason why you're doing it. And that keeps you committed. That generates your motivation. So we're not always going to have motivation, but we get to choose if we're committed. So your why serves as like that guiding light during challenges, setbacks, moments of doubt. It fuels your perseverance and determination. But what about like, how do you start to discover your why? So learning to articulate your why in a way that resonates deeply with your goals and your aspirations is an art. And it's not one size fits all, which I know when I say that, sometimes people are like, oh, goddamn woman, could you just give me the steps? But it doesn't work that way. And I think it's really empowering that these things don't work that way. You know, yes, I could say, here are like 10 steps to getting clear on your why. But let's face it, that's not reality. So I want you to find what works for you. But some practical steps, because I know that's what we're after. I would give yourself some space. You know, ideally somewhere quiet where you're not going to be disturbed, where you've got time. Don't rush this. Grab a journal and a pen. Start writing about what your ideal life looks like, what your best self looks like, what your best life looks like. Start going deeper. You know, I said in one of the earlier episodes about how do you want to feel? Connect with that. How do you want to feel every single day when you're showing up as your best self? On and off the court, you got to look at both. Then start listing all the reasons why you're going for this dream, why you want to feel a certain way. You know, in terms of your why, your vision, is it to provide the best life for yourself? Is it to provide the best life for your family? Is it to inspire the next generation? Is it to build a legacy to help others? Is it to impact the world in some way? Is it to impact your small world in some way? You know, really start to connect with this why, and it's got to be written down, because I want you to be able to come back to this time and time again, especially on those days where we've got a challenge, especially on those days where we're not feeling like it. Keep bringing yourself back. It's about conscious awareness. And then you're going to start aligning your actions with your why, which is the game changer. When you can take inspired action that's connected with your why, the magic happens and you show up consistently in a way that's going to serve you, and is also going to serve that bigger vision, that higher reason why you're doing what you do. And you're going to see the results coming as a result of taking that inspired action. I would love to know what your why is. You know, drop me a message. I love learning about people through this. And if you've got any questions about it, again, ask me questions, ping them across. And I am amazed that I kept this episode relatively short for you today. But whatever you're doing today, have a great one and go connect with your why. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of NBA Mental Boost, the secret weapon to supercharging your performance on the court. If you found today's episode useful, don't forget to subscribe and share. You can connect with me over on any social platform. You can find me at Dr Rosie Mead. Until next time, go out there and dominate using the power of your mind. This is Dr Rosie, signing off.